Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here with a somewhat drastic announcement. This is pretty wild. I mean, the title sounds a little bit more exciting than what they actually put together here, but you might have seen the article today on Daily MTG. It says FNM at home with your local store and on MTG Arena. So, I mean, exciting. It would be great if that's what they did, but that's really not what they did. Okay, I'm not going to dump on this too much because it's making the best of a situation. Whether your store is closed by their own choice by law or still open, it is just not smart to go to FNM. I mean, I went to the grocery store today and I didn't feel safe walking around with 500 to 1,000 people all breathing that air next to each other. But, you know, I was out of some stuff, so it is what it is. Also, it is very, very, very difficult for somebody with my weird lung anomaly to catch this. So, you know, otherwise probably wouldn't have gone. But yeah, you kind of need food and supplies and stuff, and I could have gotten away with everything I bought, but I would have been down to, you know, pretty low on some stuff here. I mean, obviously I have like 6 months worth of food sitting around. This is me we're talking about, but let's just say it's not my favorite to eat, and it's a bit homogenous. But there is no like critical need to go to FNM and play Magic with each other and touch each other's cards and breathe in each other's faces for 5 hours. So even if your store is still open, hate to say it, don't go to FNM. Unless, like, your whole entire country is not affected by this yet, I mean, then okay. That don't describe, you know, that many places now. I mean, shout out to Guam, last I heard at least. So let me just burn through this announcement here. This week we'll begin a regular series of weekly updates detailing how we're working to connect the community to the local gaming stores, how we're assisting stores, and more things we're doing to support the Magic the Gathering community during a time when the gathering part has become difficult to impossible. I think the original phrase referenced gathering mana, but it was just added for like trademark reasons because Magic was too generic. So I'm not sure there was like a deep lore to it initially. They just kind of named it that and then phoned it in later. But a fun fact, it's not quite this simple, but they were going to initially kind of call it Deckmaster. And I kid you not, take a card, flip it over right now. It says Deckmaster on the back. You think I'm pranking you. It actually says it. You probably just never noticed. So anyway, getting past that, in the meantime, we want to roll out a program to begin connecting local gaming stores to their players as a first step. I like how they're like reiterating we're going to go further than this because this is kind of crap, but they did just throw it together in like a week. So keep that in mind when you hear how absolutely janky this is going to work. Anything past this would require like some programming and some real planning and stuff. You can't pull that off in this many weeks, especially if the programmers are like home. So here's how it's going to work. For the next 3 weekends and possibly beyond, we will be holding Friday Night Magic events on Magic the Gathering Arena, Pacific time, by the way, but letting stores give out some of the rewards by creating or utilizing existing online communities. And I could skip over this, they reiterate it later, but it does say play at home, connect to your store, earn more rewards. There you go. So you're probably thinking, okay, so like, you know, go get my store's WPN numbers so that they know which one I'm playing for, sign in, all get together and either, you know, in sync or out of sync play against each other, and either best score wins or literally actual FNM tournament structure. You know, with pairings and everything, and maybe Magic, you know, charges $9.99 to enter, and they give half the money to the store and cut them a check to keep them going, and everybody's happy, right? That would be lovely. Do you realize how much programming that would take to do? Like, the game is not really designed to do that. And as soon as like money's involved, like that's a whole thing. I mean, I'm already picturing in my head, okay, take the statistics, convert them into an ACH file, upload them to the bank, and then run payroll basically as if your stores were on payroll and then just cut them all 1099K or whatever later. Not really that complicated, but you would have to actually take the time to code it and like you'd have to have people verifying it and, you know, staff to do it. It would be a whole new thing, probably take a month or two to design and test, honestly. And my gosh, would that be a tax nightmare for anywhere out of the United States? I mean, how do you even cut them a check? They've never paid stores directly before. How do you convert it to the local currency? It's, oh my gosh, it would almost have to be US only. So to truly do an FNM replacement while you're playing for your store and compensate them accordingly, let's just say that's not going to happen for a while. So in the meantime, here's what they actually did. March 27th, so next week, April 3rd and April 10th, for 24 hours running, I'm not going to read the idiotic phrase they put, for 24 hours on Friday is what they should say, Pacific time. They started throwing in like the word Thursday and some numbers. It's 24 hours Friday. It's Friday Night Magic. Pacific time, though, Pacific time. Do not screw that up. I think that's like GMT -7 right now because of some delayed say. I don't freaking know. If y'all like way out there in Japan or like New Zealand or something, I don't know, ask a hobbit or find a website. So the entry fee is none. Okay, and then the formats are March 27th, Challenger decks, one of the 4 pre-con 2020 Challenger decks. I don't like that, obviously. April 3rd, All Access Standard, which means you can build with cards that you don't own, but it is standard constructed. And then April 10th is Historic Brawl, which is actually really fun, and if you want a good deck list, look at one of my recent videos. So yeah, Historic Brawl is really fun. I really like that. It's just power-appropriate commander, in my opinion, and it's pretty dope. So they say the goal with these formats is to provide fun ways to play in a Friday Night Magic-like environment, whether you're downloading MTG Arena for the first time just for this right now, or you've been playing since the open beta. So in other words, you get access to the decks, and then I think the full pool of cards for Historic. They didn't actually say that. And then for sure the full pool of all standard cards for the April 3rd All Access. So in other words, you don't have to just jump into Arena and dump like $200-300 on enough to build a couple constructed, standard decks, which it's ironically probably more expensive to get like Arena up and running from zero than it is on MTGO if you play standard. Because on there, you could just buy the cards. And I mean, there are really good $30 decks out there right now. I guarantee you got to spend more than $30 to build a 1 or 2 or 3 good decks on Arena right now, because you have to just brute force your way to the wild cards, basically. So I'm glad they're doing this if people didn't touch Arena, but now they're like, oh, I can't play paper, I got to do something. They don't have to, start from zero. So that's really nice. I mean, if you think about it, this is significant. If you just jump on to just do this, they aren't making anything. They're just running this to run it, just to keep people interested. This is not some, and it's also a marketing opportunity. Oh, and I hope you've been playing or you got to, give us a ton of money. No, the entry fee is $0 and you have access to everything you need. They've basically converted it to X-Mage or Cockatrice at this point. That is shocking, actually. So to breeze through what you do here, you got to go to located.wizards.com and find your local store and then find their website. It's listed there if they have one. If they don't have a website, Wizards is like helping them set up with like instructions, I guess, a Discord channel, server, whatever, WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever they prefer. Who knows? Could be a subreddit. And then, however it is, you play in the event, win or lose as much as you want. Okay, so it's not like a central FNM structure. It's not like a normal tournament. Then take a screenshot of your event page. So I assume that's like the one that shows that you have at least 1 win or 1 loss. And then hook up with your store on whatever social media they're on. And it should be located on located.wizards.com, which is the central database of all WPN locations. It should have a link to something by 7 days from now, and that's where you'll send it. It could just be an email account if they don't want to get very technical. But you jump on whatever platform it is and send them the screenshot, and then it says share a nice message. I'm sure that's optional. And the store will message you back with a code that will unlock some pretty awesome looking sleeves. I actually really want the middle ones. They're in the thumbnail, by the way. Those are nice. Now, they do say note while supplies last. Not all stores are participating. Limit 1 code per account. Sharing a screenshot with your local gaming store does not necessarily guarantee you will receive a code. So pretty simple. I mean, obviously taking a screenshot is kind of jank, but everybody's like, oh, but you can Photoshop it. Yeah, you could also claim your account name you aren't. Like, you could use your friend's screenshot. So what? Who's going to be, like, mass cheating this? Just play the damn event. Play 1 round in it. My gosh. It doesn't look like they'll reply with, and what's your DCI number? Or, like, what's your email? This is locked to an email. It's just like, here, have a code. So, like I said, kind of thrown together, but, I mean, screenshot, save it, send it. I mean, hopefully people know how to screenshot stuff. It's not that hard. Print screen, open up Paint, Control-V, paste. Done. If you're running windowed mode, I'd suggest you crop it unless you want to send them all the embarrassing crap on your desktop. And then they reply with a code, and you get some free sleeves on Arena. So, pretty simple. So they do say this is the first step. There is so much more we're working on to connect players to the local stores and communities. Yeah, how about pay them? And we're hoping this is a strong first step in laying the groundwork for more in the future. Local stores, like so many other small businesses, are going to need our help during this time. Support them however you can, but also make sure you're taking care of yourself by staying connected with friends and local communities. And by the way, yeah, while you're hitting them up on social media and checking out like their website, their Facebook, whatever, you might want to see, any advertisements, sales, if they're about to close, if they already closed, if they have like a home delivery thing, if they have, a mail it to you thing, if they have an eBay store, a link to that, whatever they're doing to make money right now, make sure they can stay around, because this is like way worse than 6 months ago when everybody says support your LGS, buy stuff there. Like, this is like critical time right here. So if you got the money and the resources, maybe have them deliver, Monopoly and Firefly board game or something. That one's actually really nice. You're going to be bored as hell at home anyway. Might as well have your LGS owner drive out and deliver, 5 board games to your house for like $100 or something. That would give them something to do, give them some money, clear some inventory, keep them in business while they either will use the money to pay the staff while they're off, or they won't have to pay their staff and at least they'll make the, rent payment and the utility payments. Regardless, they need money. So like, see what they're doing. They're probably not fully closed, and try to support that and participate in this. Hopefully within 3 weeks, we'll see an upgraded version of this where it financially benefits them in some way. I have a feeling that instead of like the way that I said it, which would be the ideal way, I guess, they'll probably just like set up a huge thing on like Eventbrite or whatever one of those like online ticket sales things is that a lot of LGSs use anyway. They might like partner with them to do a mass setup based on, like give them a login based on their WPN number and like set them up an account and then just tell them to fill in the financials. They'll get the 1099K in the income statement and the direct deposit later. They can withdraw the funds later. And maybe they'll sell like a digital ticket and then that delivery system will come with like pre-stacked codes and like almost like licenses that they send to the store that they could now send out manually as an email when you buy like an online ticket for an FNM thing, and that hooks you into an event that's going on Arena. That's like a 5-win, 3-loss and you're out normal. Like it kind of resembles FNM. Like that would be probably a week or 2 to set that up tops. And it doesn't require very technical skills. In fact, one of the LGSs that my friend said, they're like, yeah, I just jump on TicketStar or whatever. I don't think it was Eventbrite. I don't think I even got the name of either of those correct, to be honest. I think it's actually EventStar. I don't know, whatever. And like their LGS, because they get like 150 people at pre-release, must be one hell of a giant, play area. But they like sell all their entries through that and they'll make exceptions at the door. So everybody knows, just go sign up in advance and then they know how much like food and stuff to order. Cause they have food at their freaking pre-releases, guys. I gotta find out where this is. I think it was in like Illinois. But yeah, they're already set up to sell digital tickets and they just, I think you can do like a CSV dump, which is just like a really simple database sheet and say, here, go down the indices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in order and send the person this data, this code, whatever. This will represent their ticket, deliver them automatically. I'm pretty sure a lot of those websites have like real simplistic systems to do that. And you can run a test batch too. It's kind of like a mail merge if you've ever done those for like labels where you feed in the CSV file and then like Microsoft Word or Excel or whatever just goes and like, fills them all in and prints them all. It's like that, but then you just feed in the CSV file to like EventStar ticket thing. I think that would be wonderful where they sell it. The store completely gets, 95% of the money and then like 5% cut to the, ticket seller. It's probably more. It's all online, it's all digital, then you just don't show up physically to it. It's held entirely on Arena. Wizards would make next to nothing off of it, but if they said it's not an all-access thing and you do need singles to play, okay, they're going to sell some stuff, they're going to make some money, Even if they made nothing and made it all-access, well, now people who weren't normally on Arena are on Arena, and maybe they want to play some games because they like it outside of the FNM event. Okay, then they might start, buying some packs, drop some money, So just for that being like the lead, like the, what do they call it? The in the door philosophy. It's like, yeah, you were giving something out for free, but they're already here. They downloaded your platform, they're on it and they're playing on it. Do you really think 0% of people are not going to continue to play on it outside of the free period, So I think they should do that. And then the code would be like the entry code that you put in on the store. They already have a code redemption system. They can spit out from a database randomized codes. They already have the technology to do that. So it'd be pretty easy. I have a feeling they're planning something like that. They kind of mentioned like 4 times, this is just the start. Like, we're going to continue to do something after this. This is just a demo run, blah, blah, blah. We're going to improve it over time, whatever. So I think they already are working on something. They're really kind of hinting at that. So yeah, if LGSs could just sit there and just for existing and for having customers in the past who are now on Arena and just sit there and collect money and get paid, that would be wonderful. So hopefully they are in fact moving towards that. And in the meantime, I guess, I don't love this. Doesn't really help that much, but hey, better than nothing, I guess. I'll probably do it, mostly because I really want those sleeves. They look amazing. So I don't know, what do you guys think of this? Kind of sucks if you don't live near an LGS and you only play on Arena, because then you basically can't get these sleeves, but I suspect that some of these codes will make their way on eBay, either by people who earned them or by shady LGSs. So watch for that, I guess. Otherwise, yeah, have fun with this. Can't wait to see what they're planning in the future. I will see you guys next video.